Jurassic World Rebirth is directed by Gareth and is the 7th installment in the Jurassic franchise. This film follows a team of skilled operatives to the most dangerous place on Earth, which is an island research facility for the original Jurassic Park. Their goal? To secure genetic material from dinosaurs whose DNA can provide life-saving benefits to mankind. The Jurassic franchise is an interesting one to me, especially the first Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is not always a movie I particularly got on with. However, the more I've watched it, the more I appreciate it. I do still feel it's a little overrated. I don't think it's one of the greatest movies of all time, but I find new things in it every time I see it. With the Jurassic World movies, I think Jurassic World is okay. I actually really like Fallen Kingdom. I found that film to be very ambitious, but I found Jurassic World Dominion to be a huge disappointment. It was an absolute mess. So when I heard Rebirth was going to be a reboot of the franchise, that got me intrigued. Also, Gareth is directing. He directed Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and The Creator, which I find to be a really underrated film, and David Koepp is writing, who co-wrote the original Jurassic Park. The main thing anyone is going into a Jurassic movie for is of course the dinosaurs, and with all the action sequences, I think Gareth does a great job. He knows how to build tension and suspense. The action sequences in Rebirth are generally very fun. It always feels like Gareth is trying to respect the original. He loves Jurassic Park, and that comes through very clearly in Rebirth. There are certain nods and sequences to things that happened in that original, but it never feels like if you don't clock that, then you won't get the scene. From a visual standpoint as well, Jurassic World Rebirth looks beautiful. The visual effects on the dinosaurs have always been amazing in these movies. Whenever anyone is in a scene with a dinosaur, it feels like they are there with a dinosaur. They feel real. And also the cinematography here is excellent. They shot Rebirth on film, and I really think that's to the film's benefit. The colours especially pop in such a vivid way. The reds are so red, the blues are so blue. I know there's been a lot of discourse recently about how a lot of movies look desaturated, but Jurassic World Rebirth is a great example of how to make a blockbuster look beautiful. With Rebirth, they have an ensemble cast: Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, Mahershala Ali, just a few people to name, and they all have great chemistry with each other. It does feel like everyone was just having fun, and that energy comes through on screen. I think the general premise of this movie is pretty interesting. What I like about it is that they keep it simple. As I mentioned, Jurassic World Dominion was a bit of a mess. It tried to do way too much. Rebirth just says, no, this is the story, this is what we're going for. And I really appreciated that, because also this film doesn't really try to set up any sequels or any future movies in this franchise. It feels standalone, and that feels pretty rare for a franchise movie these days. So there is a lot to like in Jurassic World Rebirth, but it has its issues. And I think the biggest one is that the characters are underdeveloped. There are hints of backstory in certain scenes. There's especially an excellent scene early on between Mahershala Ali and Scarlett Johansson, where they do hint at things in their past. But for the most part, the film does not explore character backstories at all, and maybe with the exception of Mahershala Ali, no character really has any development. I think the fact that they just hinted at things frustrated me, because I was thinking you could have done something effective with that, but you didn't. I also found Rupert Friend's character to be really cliche. I won't spoil anything, although the film makes it pretty obvious early on, but his character is just a stereotype. We've seen this type of character done so many times, and this film doesn't do anything new with that. There are times where the film can feel a little unfocused. Nowhere near as much as Dominion, don't get me wrong, but I did have a couple of moments where I went, wait, what's the mission again? In general, Jurassic World Rebirth does just play it really safe. It does not take any risks, and I do wish they took more, because I really feel like that could have helped amp up the tension and also given more depth to some of the characters. Overall, Jurassic World Rebirth definitely has its issues, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I had fun with it. It is leagues better than Jurassic World Dominion, and I think it's a step in the right direction for this franchise. I'm going to give Jurassic World Rebirth a B-. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are awesome. Blu-ray Billy, logging off.